Hello my friends! In this tutorial we will solve a real business problem. We will calculate how many active stores we had each year. This scenario can be solved also in Excel, but the solution is very complicated because we have to use a very complex formula. However, with DAX in Power BI and Power Pivot, we will use a very simple and elegant formula in order to have the number of active store per year. So the scenario is like this. We have the table of stores, each store with an opening and closing date. And we see that each year we have a different number of stores. For example, 2015, we have only 2 stores, and so on. Okay, so we have to calculate a formula in order to have the number of stores each year. So the logic is like this. We will take, for example, year 2019. We see that we have 3 active stores in 2019. So we will try to find the logic of the filters for opening and closing date. For example, the opening date has to be lower than the end of the period, the end of 2019. So we will apply the filter, date filter, to be before and equal to 31 December 2019. Okay, and the closing date has to be bigger or equal with the start of the period, 1st of January. Okay, so closing date is after or equal to 01 January 2019. Okay, and we have filtered the table, but we have an error. You saw earlier that there are 3 stores, not 2. The problem is that we have 1 store without a closing date. So we have to update the filter for the closing date to be after 1st of January or to be empty, to not have a closing date. And now we have the correct filter. Okay, we had 3 stores during 2019. So we have to translate this logic in Power BI with the DAX formula. So we go to Power BI. We have a very simple model. We have this stores table from Excel, and we have a calendar table. Okay, the idea is like this. In this scenario, we cannot use relationships between calendar and the date in the stores because we have 2 kind of dates in the store table, the close date and the open date. So using the relationships will not work. So we will calculate this formula like this. We will use variables to make the formula elegant. So we have like this. We define the variable last date of period as the maximum date in the calendar table, calendar date. Okay, the date from the calendar is the daily column. Then we define first date of period, the minimum of the calendar date, and then we define the result, what we want to achieve, the active number of stores. So we have calculate, we have count rows, and then we have 2 filters. The store open date to be less than or equal with last date of the period, as we saw in the filter in the Excel table, lower than 31 December 2019 in that case, or the store's close date to be bigger or equal with the first date of the period, or to be blank, to not have a close date. Okay, and then return the result. Okay, so this is the formula, and now we go to the table and the visual. We will use a column visual where we put the year and our formula. Okay, so we get this result. Every year has its number of stores, and we see 2019, as we have made in Excel, has the correct number of stores. So this is the elegant way of solving this problem. This is a general solution. You can use it for active number of employees, for example. Okay, in all scenarios that you have staff or stores or anything else that has an opening and a closing date. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.